everyone. Welcome to Just Sayin. We are here today to talk about last night's fun episode of The Bachelor, the one with the first date. So big spoiler alert, if you have not seen it yet, we are about to dive into everything that happened. So get out of here, come back later. I'm Andrea Belke, and we are streaming live on PeopleTV, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube from New York City. So joining me in studio are two experts and fans of The Bachelor. We got senior producer at Entertainment Weekly, Robin Ross, and lifestyle and relationship expert, it's Essence senior editor, Sharia Jackson. How are you, ladies?
We're good. Thanks for having us.
I know, so excited to dive into all of this. You guys can be a part of the action too. So throughout the show, we'll be looking at what fans in the Twitterverse had to say both last night and today. So tweet us with the hashtag JustSayin to get in on the conversation. So let's start with this. Becca Kay got the first date. After the first episode, were you surprised it was her?
I mean, not really. It's always sort of a toss-up, but I mean, she certainly didn't make an impression on me night one. So yeah, I was kind of a little taken aback that she was the one who got the great date.
But I think the person who was most surprised was Chelsea. But I was like, okay, Becca Kay could work.
Yeah.
It works. It's fun. They had good energy that first night, and I think he liked her chill mode, which was a perfect prelude to what he had in store.
Yeah, and she is super chill. And of course, the date was very extravagant. I mean, we're talking motorcycle, personal stylist session with Rachel Zoe, shoes. She got to keep it all.
Rachel's jacket with those huge gold sequins. I was in love.
Yeah, so, I know. C. Kowalski on Twitter said, I feel bad for the rest of Arie's dates because they blew the entire season's budget on Becca's new wardrobe. How extra was this date? Did we like it or did we not like it?
This was girl porn. I mean, this was every girl's dream. I think I was just sitting at home feeling a little jealous. You know, I've had great first dates, but nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, she was treated like a princess. Like how could you not love that?
I feel like it's too much. So I hate trying on new clothes. I would hate this date.
Yeah, you feel. I would probably feel a little awkward.
All I saw was free clothes that are already in your size, because you know they had her sizes. I saw great. I was even happy just with the food spread. So even before Rachel Zoe came out, I was like, oh wow, what a great spread. So if you ever get that invite, just pass it over.
Very fair, very fair. What did you think of their chemistry, though?
I think they're both very even. She's normal, he's normal, and it provides for a little lack of energy, a little snoozy for me.
The exciting thing was the sequence. So it was so anticlimactic at the end when he had like that final surprise. I'm like, after jewelry, after shoes, like that, he should just let that go.
Yeah, in the middle of the day, Becca came back to the house and all the girls were shocked to see all of her new gifts. And of course, people on Twitter are talking about this. People style and beauty director Andrea Laventhal tweeted, the girls are more excited about the Christian Louboutins than they are Arie, which is fair. That is fair. How would you have reacted if you were in the house on The Bachelor and this girl walks in, first one-on-one with all of these new clothes?
I mean, jealous. You know, most of the girls are going home. I mean, all but one are going home. So at least Becca is getting like an awesome wardrobe and shoes out of this.
Absolutely. Red roses die. Red bottoms live forever.
Yeah, so new motto.
Exciting.
It probably like thousands of dollars or something.
Yeah.
Completely.
I would have had a Viviana meltdown if she walked in.
Yeah.
So then we move on to, Arie chose a second one-on-one date with Crystal. The women were surprised it was another one-on-one. Were you surprised it was Crystal? Did you like that it was Crystal?
You know, I personally, I am on that group of people who don't love Crystal's voice, but he said in episode 1 that he likes her voice. I was definitely surprised that he was taking somebody home so early. Yeah,
and again, it was an over-the-top date. They go on a private jet. They go to his hometown of Scottsdale, Arizona. I mean, this was a lot. Former Bachelor castmate Olivia Caridi said on Twitter, Arie's bringing a girl home on the first date, and I can't even get a guy to pick up the tab on the first date. Was this too much, going all the way to meet the family on the first date?
Yes.
It was a lot.
I mean, it was so much. Can we talk about also the videos of him growing up? I mean, like, wait until, like, you know, date 5 to bring out the, you know, looking at you from when you're 5 years old, being all weird.
Yeah, it's way too soon. Now, you had a good response. Olivia said she can't even get a guy to pick up the tab on a first date.
Yeah, I can't even get a first date. So, Olivia, like, not really understanding your pain so much, but I get it. I get it. It was a lot.
I actually am not all the way mad at him bringing her home, because the reality is they are such a big part, and you see a totally different version of someone when they're with their friends, when they're with their family. So in some ways, you get to see the real them because it's not just not the date that Becca had. You got to see the real him, how he is with his parents. So I thought it was actually great for if you ever get that opportunity. If someone does invite you home early, take it because you kind of get to see a side of them that you might not see on every day.
Not the first day, though. Maybe like the first month.
I also feel like, look, it did set up a storyline. She later had a really heartbreaking story of her past. And I think there was a little bit of that showing Arie has a really great relationship with his parents and his siblings. And then for her to open up later about having not come from a background like that, I think was a little bit planned.
And everything is so sped up on The Bachelor that this isn't really that out of the box or that crazy. And we'll talk about the drama between Crystal and Viviana later because it's amazing. But what did you think about their chemistry? Did you think they had chemistry?
I definitely think Crystal and Arie had chemistry. I think definitely, and it was interesting even for her going home, you got to see kind of how she could fit into that family. So I definitely think they connected, even though he definitely could have done a much better job of being sympathetic when she did share the trauma of her past. He seemed a little bit kind of, he didn't know how to respond.
He had no idea how to respond.
And so it was kind of awkward because he's not, it made you see there's an emotional development with him that might not be fully fleshed out.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, Becca and Crystal had very different approaches to when they came back to the house and talked to the other girls. Becca told everything. She was an open book. Crystal was really weird about it. Yeah. Very secretive. Do you think that this is going to put a target on her back and hurt her?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know which way you're supposed to go in this because if you overshare, that'll immediately set some backlash. But she didn't play it right. I mean, she set herself up.
Yeah, she definitely played it right. And the reality is, you're on a reality TV show, so it's not like it's so private. We've all seen it now. Yeah. So it's like you didn't lose anything. It could have built you some community and camaraderie in that group that could help you down the road.
However, to her defense, if you were to go back into the room with all the girls who were like, oh, wonder where they went, and say, I met his family, I mean, they're gonna be pissed. So maybe she was playing it right by not getting them so mad at her.
Or she could have been like, it was so crazy. I met his family and sort of been like, it was a little weird, but we had a great time.
Yeah. You could give them more so, because it was so much they did. I mean, she went by his high school. She saw this.
That's true. She got a hometown date. I mean,
like, given, like, I know. And for the girl who gets the hometown date, I'm mad for her because now
she already got one.
All
right, so we have to talk about the first group date of the season. It was pretty epic. 15 girls to one guy, all competing in a demolition derby, which is right down Arie's wheelhouse, right in Arie's wheelhouse. Now, Annalise, the one who wore the kissing bandit costume in the first episode, was not too happy about this date. So take a look at her talking about her childhood trauma with bumper cars.
I was just crying and I hated it. I just hear that like dun 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 dun, dun and the mirrors and the lights. And everyone just kept hitting me and hitting me. And I just remember being like so alone and so scared. It was just like a traumatic experience. I hated it.
A bumper car trauma?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna talk right about this. But first, Bachelor Nation had a lot to say about this on Twitter. A lot of it was mocking, but former Bachelor contestant Taylor Nolan weighed in on Twitter saying, don't think trauma is something to make fun of or joke about. We all experience things differently, and you never know where someone is coming from. Proud to see some of the girls show support and proud of her for acknowledging her experience. Not easy to do. Of course, though, a lot of people on Twitter were more lighthearted about this. Sarah Brummel said, if you or a loved one is suffering from bumper car trauma, please contact your doctor immediately. Side effects include hallucinations of lights, mirrors, and carnival music. What do you make of the bumper car trauma?
I mean, we were all laughing. I think watching it a second time was like way better than the first. Raises to the Bachelor producer who was like, let's do a reenactment.
I know.
I mean, it was really great. I mean, come on. I feel like she was just like, okay, I need to stand out. Like, let me cry. Bumper car trauma. Here we go.
Right? I mean, you would have thought she was in that bumper car 2 days ago. I mean, it was so present that I was just like, man, this really is real to you. But the editing, to your point, made it just funny. And watching the girls listen, did you see the one girl who's like putting on
the chapstick? I saw some tweets about that. They were like, that's me, the girl putting on the chapstick. Is there something that you guys would be afraid to do if you were on The Bachelor and it would actually be traumatic like that? Because I do believe that this was traumatic for Annalise. I believe it.
If I'm going on The Bachelor, I say that a shopping date with Louboutins is traumatic.
What?
Because clearly they will give you the date that you're like, I don't want to do it. So like, we all want the shopping date. Just say you
so say the opposite.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, you're fun. That was good. See, it's a reverse day. For me, I hate like weird textures, and like I never could have done Fear Factor. So I think if they took me to a weird museum, like weird things touching me, that would be nice.
So is it weird that I'm kind of sympathetic for like with Annalise, just because? Okay, look, I was bit by a snake when I was very young in a garden, and if there was a date to the zoo and I had to hold a snake, I'm not sure I could do it. And no, I wouldn't cry about it.
Yeah, I think
that's more relatable. Right?
It seemed like such an open wound. The fact that she was crying, like that's the piece where people are like, you're really still upset about this. It's not that it happened. Like you might be. I don't think you would start crying if you started talking about the snake.
No,
like,
probably not. It was very real for her. It was a little odd. But the date in general, did we like it? The demolition derby.
I mean, it was dangerous. Like you saw, some people got whiplash. So it was, but it was so fun to watch, and it seemed like they had a good time.
Yeah, it showed a little personality, how they got to decorate the cars. Yeah. I love that we got Chris Harrison in there because he doesn't get that much time this early on in the season, so gave him something to do. So I was into it. I mean, what are you gonna do with that many girls?
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like is that they had the masks on. So this early in the season, even if they had their name underneath, I had no idea who was who.
Yeah.
I'm also really sickly competitive that I feel like I would have won, but it would have been a little dangerous. So I probably would have got whiplash or something. I want to do that date. Just note that. Yeah. So at night they have an after party. A lot happened, including Chelsea stealing him away again first. Now remember, she got the first impression rose. What do we think of Chelsea? Do you guys like Chelsea?
Everyone loves to hate Chelsea. You know, I think the first time it came off as assertive when she did it. Now it just seems a little insecure or like a little desperate. And also it raises the question for Arie: is this someone who's always going to bogart and bulge their way in and not always be considerate? Because a relationship does require both people to make some compromises, and she seems.
Yeah. Did you like her? We saw a little bit more of her side. She has a kid. They kind of bonded.
Well, that one part of it, the way she explained having being a single mom. It was almost like it was a deep, dark secret.
Yeah.
And look, Arie was on a season with a single mom. He has dated single women in the past. And also, it's like there's always single women around. It's not something to be shameful of. And the way she was treating it felt like she was like a little bit nervous to talk about it, and that it was like the big mystery of the season. It's like, no, that's who you are. Just talk about it.
Yeah. I actually liked seeing the villain Chelsea on the first episode. So I hope that she comes back. Yeah. I like when she's evil. Yeah. Arie talked to a lot of the women that night, including Becca M, who he had a very passionate kiss with. What do you make of their relationship and the fact that her age isn't listed? It's listed under everyone else, by everyone else's name, not hers. What do we think?
Yeah, it's clear they have a lot of chemistry, but I haven't seen any signs of real compatibility. And it's not always just age. Some of it's just maturity. And she seems like a lot of fun, which I think attracts him, but I don't see that she's necessarily ready to be married a year from now.
Do we know what if you had to guess how old she was?
Like 23, 22.
I don't think I don't know why they're making such a big deal out of it.
Maybe she turns 21 over the season, and so she's not, this is not legal yet. I don't know.
Oh, you're just guessing.
I'm just guessing, completely
I didn't know
guessing.
if you guys have insider. Wow.
But I'm into it. Look, I think she is who she is, and I really like that, and they for sure have chemistry. I love how she's like, should we make out now? I was into you, and he's like, I was into you. They're like, let's just kiss. So I like it. Yes, I agree that I don't know that the maturity levels will ultimately match up.
But we do have to add, she has a great haircut. So
yeah, she's adorable. I thought their kiss was a little weird. It was like very slow. Like, I've never kissed anyone that slow.
All of his kisses have been very slow.
I think he practiced kissing.
But he's apparently like the kissing bandit, really good at kissing.
I almost feel like I'm watching it in slow motion. To your point, every one of his kisses was like very like.
It makes you wonder if we're kissing wrong. Is it supposed to be slower?
Because the audio earlier in the episode, the audio with him and Becca kissing was like, ew.
It was cringy.
And he's a hair toucher.
Yeah.
He was like, he grabbed Becca's hair.
Are you a fan of that?
I don't know. TBD.
Yeah. I like, you can
it's a yes.
do whatever to my hair. Arie also had a nice moment with Sayin. People online were loving her. Astrid from Nick's season said, let's praise amazing boss women like Sayin instead of petty drama. But we all tune into The Bachelor for the petty drama. And Batch wrote, I'm sorry, Sayin looks this way and went to Yale. Wife her. Send the rest home. Thanks for playing. So Sayin got the group date rose. Do you agree with Batch? Do you think that she's the front runner now? I mean, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't know that she's the front runner.
I think he might be looking more for a traditional woman than a boss bride. So I don't know if in the long term they'll fit, but it is fun to see him be open. And I think it's fun to see her have fun because she is a Ivy League grad, but she also kicked butt in the racing. So she's great.
Yeah, I like her. I think she's great. I agree. I don't know that she's a front runner. But I love that Arie recognizes that she went to Yale. He's like, I barely graduated high school. Like, I'm glad he's like, yeah, she's a smart woman.
It's our time.
Yeah.
She's that kind of contestant where she comes on screen and starts talking, and you're like, why are you here?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You should not be on this show. You're too smart for
That's
this
the
show.
real question.
But I love it.
Yeah, but I really like her. Another thing that happened on the group date was Viviana getting flustered because she couldn't find time to talk to Arie. Watch this.
It's the end of the night. Do you think that I really want to talk to him like this? Do you think that that's fair? No, I'm not. I'm not doing this
Really
anymore.
want you to change your attitude.
I think my patience has been trialed a lot.
Can somebody hug her?
No, nobody touch me. I'm not here to around. I'm here to find out if I could potentially have, like, a future with this guy. And if you guys follow me with this damn camera, I swear to God.
Okay, we're going to talk about her confrontation with Crystal in a moment. You guys are the experts. What do you think is the key to getting that one-on-one time with a Bachelor? I feel like this would be the most stressful part of the experience.
I think you huddle up with the girls and you like hash out a strategy, right?
Do they do that?
Maybe I don't think so. And I'm sure people will be like, go home, like that. I'm not working with you on this, but I have no idea.
I think
honestly.
you definitely have to commit yourself to say, hey, I am getting time with Arie tonight, and then prepare for it. Because the thing about this Viviana is that you can tell mentally, say the producer said, hey, we got some time, she would have gone in with such negative energy that she wouldn't have even gotten a rose. And so she was so focused on everybody else, she didn't focus on her own self and making sure, because you see the girls who are focused, who go in their one-on-one ready to see him versus worried about everybody else. It was nobody else's job to get her in there but her.
Yeah, I think the people that are really, they're focused, like you said, Chelsea, Crystal, they get their one-on-one time. But I like that you talked about strategy. I mean, I played Survivor 3 times. I feel like I would make alliances, right? You find your girls, and then you're like, okay, you're gonna go, and I'm gonna come right after you, and then you just have this alliance strategy.
I like it.
Could combine the two. All right, at the cocktail party, a lot of women, including Viviana and 4 women who didn't get dates, wanted time with Arie. So when Crystal interrupted Lauren B, created a ton of drama. Do you think if you have a rose, like Crystal has a rose, is it ever appropriate to then get time with them?
No.
It's not. And it screams insecurity, because what it also says to him is like, I already saw you, so you're not sure even with the rose in your hand. So it's kind of a red flag that even when I tell you I love you, you're still like, but tell me why. So you just got to be careful with that.
That's the moment where I decided she's the craziest of the season. And it shows the guy that you're super insecure and maybe a little cuckoo.
100% cuckoo. Her vibes are off.
Yeah,
something's off there.
There's not a full authenticity to her so I do think that hopefully in this season we see when the real Crystal shows up and she kind of just lets it loose. So I'm hoping for that.
Yeah, to add insult to injury, Crystal interrupts a second time later in the night. This time it's Viviana who she interrupts. Viviana was not having it, and the fans were living for it. Kai says on Twitter, I love Viviana. I actually do mind. # The Bachelor. Oh my God, a legend. This was, of course, in reaction to Crystal asking Viviana if she minds that she wants to steal Arie. Now, their confrontation continued later, so take a look at this.
And honestly, at this point, nobody's gonna respect your time. You just dug a big ass hole for yourself. Good luck, Crystal. I'm done with you. I think you really need to take some time. Maybe tomorrow, do your little workout, meditate a little, and reflect on what you just did. Because there's a lot of angry people here, and I'm just a voice.
Well, I apologize. I didn't mean to anger anyone.
Mic drop.
Okay, whose team are you on
Team
here?
Bibs.
Yeah.
Bibs all the way.
I love Viviana. She had me from the moment she said, actually, I do mind. Because I think so often we don't tell the truth. We're like, oh, I don't mind, and you totally care. So I just loved her setting a precedent to say, you don't get to interrupt my Arie time.
Yeah, the only thing I wasn't a fan of is the mic drop. Like, who says mic drop?
A little too
in
self-aware.
Yeah, a little too self-aware. That's when I was like, okay, are you playing this up?
Yeah, and the way she's getting edited, whether or not that's really her, she's definitely getting that edit. But she's right. She was 100% right.
She was.
It was great until the mic
And maybe
drop.
she did deserve the mic drop, but I don't think she was the one that was supposed to say it. But ultimately, a lot of people on Twitter were loving Viviana. Bachelor Trash, which nice handle there, said Viviana, reading Crystal to filth, has cleared my skin, raised my GPA, and flourished my crops. I love that one. After the rose ceremony, 3 women went home this week, Jenny, Lauren G, and Valerie. We have to talk about Jenny's goodbye or lack thereof. So she walks right right past Arie, and then when he went to hug her, she totally snubs him. Mandy DuPont on Twitter quotes Jenny and says, "I'm not sad about you, I'm sad about leaving my new friends," is the 2018 mood everyone needs to adopt. What do you think about how she handled this?
It was great TV, but it was like she's the new mayor of Pettyville, because if you really did not care, you would just like, thanks, Arie, bye, ladies, I love you. But it was clear once she got outside, her feelings were way more hurt than she wanted to let on.
Yeah, I think she had maybe been drinking a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little.
But I kind of loved it. Look, like, why is he walking her out? He met her for like a total of maybe 10 minutes. So like, don't try to walk her out. I love that she was like, no, I'm sad because I'm leaving my friends, as you were just said. I don't really care much about you. And I love how she also was like, how did he pick a taxidermist over me?
Yeah. She also said it was the first time she's ever been broken up with. So I think her reaction was her spinning it to be like, I wasn't that interested in you anyway. Because the thing I always say about girls that go on The Bachelor, they're so gorgeous. They're probably the prettiest girl in their friend group. They're not used to getting rejected. And here when they're rejected, it's really embarrassing. So she's trying to cover it and be like, oh, well, I wasn't that into you. I actually like my friends more.
I know.
It was kind of funny. I actually
not count as a breakup.
I know.
Yeah.
A typical Tuesday for me.
Yeah, out of all the women who are still vying for the rose, who do you like the best? Who's your favorite?
I would like to see more of Tia. I think she's got some spunk. I like her.
Raven's friend.
Raven's friend. So I do think we'll see her a little bit more. I liked Sayin. And I kind of like, is Kendall the taxidermist too?
Yeah.
Okay, I like her too. I think she's kind of funny, so I'd like to see a little bit more.
I just love that we have a taxidermist. He's like, are you the taxidermist?
Yeah, I hope the Viviana Crystal stuff continues for a few more episodes, and then I hope that maybe Chelsea gets dragged into that as well. I love the dramatic ones, I really do. But who? So not necessarily your favorite, but who do you think has the best chance to go all the way?
I really do think Chelsea would go far. She did get the first impression rose, and I think she really is going, because she is one of those women who does focus on what she wants, and she's very clear. So I think she probably will go far. I'm rooting for her in some ways, and I also do think it's important that you see a woman who life continues after she becomes a mom.
I think Becca, not the one who got the date, but
the other one, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, there's clear chemistry there. So I think she will go far. I don't know that she's the right one for him in the end, but I think she's gonna go pretty far.
I was gonna say Becca too. That kiss says a lot.
It does.
All right, you guys. Robin and Sharia, thank you both so much for joining us and breaking down last night's episode of The Bachelor, what everyone had to say online. And for additional Bachelor content, as well as more entertainment shows and news, make sure to head to PeopleTV. Have a good day, everyone.